stock.
Hello.
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 What's up?
Oh my God. Don't start that.
Sorry. Okay.
Maybe.
I'm chill.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Hasn't kicked in yet.
I'm going to come in as Will.
Yeah, it hasn't beeped on me yet either.
I'm Will Brinton.
I'm Will Brinton.
Okay, you guys are live.
Oh, we are? Oh, okay.
I'm Will Brinton.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you're not. That's okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
I could only live up to the amazingness of your co-host.
Right. So Will Brinton's running late. And so I'm as you can see there's nobody on the other camera. We're waiting patiently for Will to pop. You know, I didn't get a pop-up this
You didn't
time.
get an alert? Yeah, neither did I, actually.
Yeah. That's weird. Last week it worked.
Do you want to stop it and try it again?
And it worked on the after hours one.
I can stop this one and try it again.
Yeah, we'll stop this one and try it again. He's not here anyway, so.
We were just kidding.
Yeah.
Bye.
We'll be back. Start
Like-
the stream.
We're like making sure the pinging is working. The notifications.
Okay.
Yeah, it still really didn't come up.
Yeah, neither did mine.
That's weird. I don't know. Oh.
Okay.
Poor network. Boy, we're all over the place tonight. Tell Will he needs to pay for his internet. Needs to stay on top of his internet payment.
Will, can you hear us at all?
I don't think so. I think he's out of there.
Tell him to try logging back in.
Try logging. I'll text him. Hang on. Hey, your stream isn't working. Log out and back in. We'll give it another shot. You can kind of see a little bit of my leg in the camera. That's always nice. Got this up here. My super white, crappy dad leg.
Dad leg.
I got dad leg. Tanner's Farm. Farmer's Tan? There we go. Stupid. Well, this will just kind of let us build up an audience, I guess. I don't know what's going on that other end today.
Question for the people in the chat right now. Did you get a notification
Yeah.
that the stream started?
Did you guys get a notification? A couple of you guys are in the chat. Because I didn't get one. I usually get them on my phone. And did not get one. Not really sure what's going on. Yeah, it doesn't even come up on my phone one either.
No notification.
That's weird. Will, are you there?
Yeah, I am. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I can't see you. It's really weird. It says poor network connection. The video will resume automatically when connection improves.
God.
Get better Wi-Fi, Will.
Yeah, what the heck?
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
God.
Did you log out and log back in?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I stayed in.
Oh, sorry. I sent you a text, but I guess you're using your phone, aren't you?
No.
Yeah, try logging back out, logging back in.
Okay.
We'll see if it fixes it. I forgot he's using his phone for his video. I've had a very busy day today.
What'd you do?
Including this. I went swimming with Emerson and the family, Gretchen, me, and then 3 of Emerson's friends. And then I went and I bought a new camera that I
Is
can
that better?
use. Yep, there you are again.
Okay.
You're back.
Your new camera's badass.
Yeah, thank you. So, hey, Will, I got a camera today.
Really? How much is that?
It was a lot.
Yeah.
But now I'm going to be able to, I should be able to take even better video now.
That's good.
Yeah. I'll probably still use my phone for a lot of the races. But when I do, like when we go to regionals, I'm going to make a video about the whole weekend.
Okay.
So I'll be able to use it for that. I think it's going to be pretty awesome.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. So, where are we at? Oh, hey, I'll just start us out. So this is Alex Sturgeon with the Hobbytown Hobbyplex, and with me as always.
Will Brinton?
Are you eating your dinner?
No, just some chips.
Oh, did you get back from work like right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured. I'm always super hungry whenever I get home. Even if I've eaten at work, I'm still hungry when I get home.
Yeah. Give me one more handful here.
What are you eating?
Huh?
What are you eating?
They're these hot fries things Aaron got me.
Oh,
They're pretty
nice.
good. I'd never had them before.
Andy Caps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, for some reason, it didn't send out notifications this time. It did last week, but it didn't do it again this week, so I'm not sure what's going on. But so the viewership's probably going to be kind of low until people go, hey, isn't there a podcast tonight? And then they're back on here.
No.
I want to give a shout out really quick. Hold on a second. This program, as always, is brought to you by Pivot Lending Group. You can find them at pivotlending.com, and you mention our show, you get a refinance or a new home, and you can get $500 lender credit or 0.125 off your interest rate.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Peter Renault and Nick Nuthouse as being our very first Patreon members.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So our Patreon is live. I wanted to do like a formal post with the link and all that other stuff, and I honestly had not had a chance to do so because we had the big race, Friday, Saturday, and then I actually worked Sunday, and I was exhausted when I got home, and so I just sat and I watched the Bad Batch, and then I went to sleep, and then today I woke up, and you know how. So I have pretty much every Monday off, right? Except for next Monday. But I have every Monday off, and when it's usually Gretchen, the way it's that way because Gretchen worked every Monday. And so I had Mondays off so that I could either watch Emerson or take Emerson to daycare back when he was super young. And it just kind of stuck. That's how I've for like 14 years, I've had Mondays off. Well, I consider a real Monday off when Emerson's at school and Gretchen's at work.
Yeah.
That didn't happen today.
No.
So whenever Gretchen's got the same day off I do, she has lots of plans, and so I don't really have a day off. So I had a whole list of stuff that I wanted to get done today, and I have gotten none of it done. Nada.
Yeah.
Which is fine. That's married life, and it's perfectly. We went swimming. We took Emerson swimming. It was fun.
Where'd you go?
I got a tan. The Fremont's got a really cool, like wave pool, water slide place.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, and it was cheap. It was like $30 for 5 of us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, that's a good deal.
Yeah, the wave pool is not as big and not as cool as Funplex, and the water slide is definitely not as cool as Funplex. But still, it was swimming. It was fine. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went and I bought that camera. I've been meaning to go to Rockbrook Camera here in Omaha, and they actually had the camera I wanted cheaper than where I could find it online. I was pretty stoked.
Yeah, that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah. Did you do anything Sunday?
Sunday. No. I slept until 12:30.
Ah, that sounds so good.
Yeah. Nope, I didn't do anything. Well, I worked on my electric 8 scale.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get this thing squared away so that when my gas truck kit gets here tomorrow, I can build that. So actually, when we get done, I'll probably start building the shocks and putting together stuff for my gas truck that I need for our trip to Kansas City next weekend.
Yep. So, yeah, we've got a pretty busy slate. The Saturday Truck Series is this Saturday. We have Family Friday Off-Road on Friday. And then I'm going drag racing Sunday. I have Sunday off.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm going to go give it a shot. My first time at a formal drag racing event. I want to learn how to do it, and hopefully I learn a lot. And I don't really care how I do. I just want to learn and then give myself something to shoot for next time. And then the following weekend, we're going Friday, Saturday, Sunday to Kansas City for the Region 8 scale off-road regionals.
Yeah.
In Kansas City, Missouri. At
cool.
Fast Lane. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. So I've had that planned since I knew about it back in like February. And then I added a nitro race that Emerson and I are going to go to in Wichita the end of July. And then a couple weeks after that, I go on vacation, and we're going to go to Cheyenne for the Cheyenne Shootout.
Nice.
So we got 3 big nitro events coming up, and this one, and then the one in Kansas or the one in Wichita has a 40+ nitro class. So.
Oh, nice.
So I get to race that. Yeah. Andy Barrett's on here. He's like, heading up to Missouri Valley. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm going to give it a shot. Hopefully Kenny's got my body done. If he doesn't, it's fine too. Whatever.
Yeah.
So we mainly are going to talk about the summer series, but I wanted to bring up a couple things. The first one is, this is Nats week, dude.
Yeah.
So the Roar Nats are finally starting to play out. So this weekend is the Roar 1/8 scale fuel off-road nationals, and it's always a big deal. It's weird. People complain about Roar, but yet that race and several others sell out every single year.
Yeah.
So,
funny.
Whatever. But I think all of our local nitro heads are going. Ashton, Abdul,
yeah.
Tom Rinderneck, of course, Mason Fuller, Caden Fuller. Of course, the Van Dalens will be going.
Yeah.
Who else? Who else am I thinking of? I think that's it for us, right?
Yeah, that's all I
for
can
our
think
general
of.
our general vicinity of people is us. So it's like, and Ashton Abdul, he's a big nitro guy, so he's super into it. And then you got Tom, TLR guy, the Fullers, like I said. I wonder if Brad's going to go. Brad,
Maybe.
yeah,
I would think so.
maybe he's act like a pit guy or something. I guess I didn't see the entry list that far down or whatever. I just kind of glanced over it. Anyways, so we had a live stream on Thursday night with Tom Rinderneck and Olsen over at my house, and that wasn't awkward at all. And they one of the questions asked was, "Who's your picks for the Nats?" And what do you think, Buggy?
I think that if Mayfield makes the main, he's going to win.
You think so?
He's my pick. Yeah. Dude, he's won everything. Like, other than Nitro truck at Silver State, right?
Right.
So, I mean, he seems kind of like an easy pick, honestly. But probably my second would be Tebow. I'm kind of basing this off of the Nitro Challenge, right?
Right.
And, it's hard to kind of base that off of one race, but I mean, usually those are the guys that are up front anyway. I don't really consider like Silver State necessarily my pick or like what I want to judge, like how another outdoor race is going to go, because that track was so much different than what people normally run on.
Yeah.
But
This LCRC track is a big outdoor sweeping. I think it's relatively smoother as well than what Silver State would be, especially.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I think Mayfield would at least top 2 if he makes the main. But it's just been like his thing this year, or not this year, but like his thing like in the past, where for whatever reason something happens at the Roar Nats because the qualify, the way it's you qualify and you can't get out of the semis. Something happens with an engine or something. And what was it in 2018? Was it that one where he like went flamed out and went like a lap down and was like a corner away from beating Bill Easton to make the main?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
As long as his stuff holds together, I think he'll win. So
I think Seth Van Dalen's going to do really well.
I think he is too. No, I mean I wouldn't count him out, but I mean, like I said, Mayfield's kind of an easy pick. A dark horse would be Seth Van Dalen.
Yeah.
Somebody to have that absolute breakout win.
Yeah. I think the way that Roar does it, they try to pack as many on the driver's stand as they can. So I'm not sure. Usually they'll take 13 to 15 drivers.
Yeah.
And from the to add it up from the semis. I think you'll see. I bet you something will happen again, like we're like Dakota or Seth, like, or even Tessman will like TQ. But the main will be something totally different. Yeah.
Well, and I think that Mason Fuller would be one to not to count out for a top 5.
Yes.
With his results and
Yeah, and he's been skipping electric races to focus on spending time out there at the Horsch compound.
Yeah.
To practice. So I know they're very driven to make a mark on the nitro scene as well. I just think that Seth has been pretty this last year and a half. I think ever since he TQ'd the Nitro Challenge 2 years ago now. I can't believe it was 2 years ago, but like, and then he's just got to get that first lap in, which he did. Yeah. He did that at this year's Dirt Nitro Challenge, didn't he?
Yeah.
So
no, he finished second, didn't he?
Yeah. So
I mean, it just kind of depends on what the track conditions do. In my opinion, a pillow ball car is definitely going to go towards the front when the track gets bumpier. I think that, and that's kind of what happened at Silver State.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you had the C-Hub cars, second and third, but the car that won was a pillow ball.
I think I think you'll see kind of the usual suspects on that main too, and so Rivkin. I bet you even Adam Drake is in there again.
Yeah, I could see that.
I think that's kind of his style of track too. Those guys spent so much time just running nitro at the track at Thunder Alley or Revelation. It's pretty cool to see their Instagram all the time.
Yeah. No, it's not far-fetched to consider, that any of these guys could potentially win.
Yeah.
Or TQ, or, I definitely think that, like, Mason and Seth will be in the main. Like, that's not a question.
Yeah.
And I think that Tyler Jones will be, too.
Oh, yeah. Shoot, I forgot all about Tyler Jones. God, I'm such an asshole.
I think Tyler Jones is going to do well at this next one. I mean, he's made the main at Silver State and the Nitro Challenge.
Yeah, and the kid Tanner Denny too, the kid from Arizona as well. And he's running Mugen, so that car is going to be just fine. There's a lot of names that you could spit out there that will probably have a shot to win as long as everything goes their way. I think we're more. I don't think we're getting towards the end of the big 3 or 4 when you think of like the 2 Ryans, Cavalieri in there, and then Jared, and then Tessman. Like for a while, that was basically it.
Yeah,
and I think they'll all be there, but I think more and more, it's maybe a little bit harder for those guys to keep dominating because of all this upcoming talent. You know.
Yeah,
So.
I think that what a lot of it's going to come down to is who has the most reliable program and the most consistent program for when the track kind of changes.
Yeah.
Like, Mayfield has a very reliable program right now.
Yeah.
And so does a lot of people. There's other drivers that have historically had problems having a car hold together. Right?
I think a majority of the field's running OS based engines now, so that helps too.
I mean, you can't go. I mean, I would never run anything other than an OS engine ever. I mean, that's just it. That's where it's at.
Real quick, we got a super chat. We'll wrap this up here, but Steve RC, so that's Steve Eichler. He says, "Thanks, Alex, for use of your truck for the B main. I should have the B62D done for Family Friday. Could you demo break in a diff on after hours this week?" Yeah, probably. I think so. I can probably figure out something. I'm going to be working on a lot of stuff Thursday because I'm going to be hammering. I've been working on my outdoor crawling course too, so that's been taking up some of my time.
Yeah.
But on Thursday, I'm going to be refilling the diffs in both my Slash and my drag car.
Nice.
With like 200,000 weight oil or something like that.
So who's your top 3 for Roynats?
I think it'll be something along the lines of this is so tough because there's so many good people out there, and I don't want to make it seem like I'm missing out on I'm leaving anybody out. But it wouldn't surprise me to see a Seth Van Dalen, followed by 2 of the standards. So whether it be Rivkin, Tessman, Mayfield, Tessman, Mayfield, Rivkin, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tebow as well.
Yeah. I'm going to go Mayfield, Rivkin, Van Dalen. That's what I think.
There we go. You heard it here first. So,
yeah, that's my prediction.
And then you can just throw in. You think about it like it's not like Dakota's not going to be fast.
Yeah,
And
the thing is that like these Roynats, like has Spencer's won 2 of them.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't remember that. But means the associated buggy is really good. I know,
and part of me,
so is Spencer. Spencer's really good too.
Spencer's awesome. I have a bias because of the Techno team being so not just welcoming in general, but just like they were very quick when I contacted them for the Techno series. They were very quick to say absolutely. And then it hasn't stopped since. It's kind of that way with Associated too. I'm just biased a little bit now.
Yeah.
Because of that. So I would like to see Techno get an 8-scale championship.
Yeah, that would be cool. They haven't
buggy.
had one yet, right?
What's that? Yeah, they haven't had one in buggy yet, but they've had one in truggy.
Mm-hmm.
The electric truggy.
Yeah.
And the nitro truggy is like cheating right now. So.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Truggy's crazy because Bornhorse will be up there,
right?
And I'm not counting Bornhorse out in buggy either. I'm just saying that he's especially really good at Truggy. It seems like, and then think of somebody like Jared Wiggins, Tyler Jones.
Yeah,
those guys all could do something with their Truggy as well.
Techno has a lot of good drivers.
Yeah, they do. So anyway, I just wanted to bring that up because here's what I'm planning on doing. So Sunday, I have Sunday off. The drag race is in the morning, and I don't plan on being there to the end because I probably am not that fast because I don't know what I'm doing yet. And so I want to have a watch party Sunday.
Okay.
So I'm going to be in my basement. I might try to get my new camera working for a better live stream video. And then I'll have the race going on my TV and we can just sit in the chat and talk about it. Obviously we can't have the race on YouTube, but we can have it on a different TV and talk about it. And we did that before for the Nitro Challenge. That was actually kind of fun because people had they had me on there with me and they were able to go back and forth in the chat, and then they had the race going on their screen. So I think that could be pretty fun. I'm just gonna do it. What else am I gonna do Sunday?
Yeah, what the heck else are you gonna do?
Yeah. So look for some test stuff coming on pretty soon because I got a brand new camera and I got to figure out how it works. So there might be a couple test streams going on.
Yeah, you got to figure out how it works.
Yeah. So there's that. So okay, well there you go. That's our national coverage for this week.
Yeah.
We don't do it often, but when we do, it's we have our own opinions.
Mm-hmm.
What 8-scale's kind of the only one where legitimately any of the tire companies have an equal shot. Don't you think?
No.
You don't think so?
Not at all. I think that the surfaces that they run on, I mean, right now it seems like, and of course I am biased, but okay, so the last Ronats, wasn't it inside? Is it
Thornhill?
Yeah. There's with the track with the topper on it.
God, it was 2 years ago. I think that sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah. Indoor track like that, grooved up, black groove, you're not going to beat a J Concepts tire, I don't think. I really don't. I mean, historically, they've dominated those indoor events.
Yeah.
Like that. But this is a little different because it's outside. But
I think AKA tires are definitely geared more towards 8-scale racing.
I think so,
I think they have a lot
that's
more
kind of
success.
Their bag, baby.
Yeah, they have a lot more success.
Their focus.
Yeah, they have way more success on the 8-scale side of things.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of a. I think that J Concepts has the most tread patterns and compounds to choose from.
Yeah, they do.
Sometimes yeah.
Sometimes that can be tough.
What's that?
Sometimes that can make it harder.
Yeah, I was going to say sometimes, if you don't know when to use certain things, that can be kind of a bad thing.
Yeah.
You tune yourself out with having too many options.
Yeah.
But I don't think that it necessarily levels the playing field. Being outside with a pin tire, but I still think that just having the most compounds to dial yourself in and tread patterns is going to be probably what wins races.
Right.
In my opinion.
Okay. I don't know where I was going with that. I was just thinking that, indoor it's kind of a Pro Line versus J Concepts deal. Where outdoor you got Pro Line, J Concepts, aka you could even throw Hot Race in there. Then you got VP Pro, some guys still running that stuff religiously. What's the other one? There's another one out there. Of course, Raw Speed, but they don't have a lot of 8-scale stuff for that. It's a lot of indoor, I think. But there's another one. What's that one? It starts with a B.
Beta?
Beta, yeah. There's another whole set of tires. I don't know. It's just more. It seems more. It seems more. There's just a lot more going on the 8-scale side when it comes to tires. I think. A lot more. Lot more availability of different brands to choose from.
Sure, I could see that.
Yeah. That being said, the top drivers are all basically AKA Pro Line and J Concepts for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to do something really quick. So I have written out everybody who commented on the live stream on Thursday's after hour show. Did you know that we had 56 viewers at one time?
Yeah, I heard you saying that.
During the Tom Ritternecht, Aiden Olson after hour show.
Mm-hmm.
And,
yeah, I remember you talking
and
about
the gauntlet was thrown down that we get 50 consecutive viewers, which, come on, guys. Right now there's 12. I mean, I understand there's no pings going on right now for some reason, but you know, I mean, usually there's like 30 something.
I think it's the timing. Like,
Yeah.
people are still getting home from work and having dinner and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Personally.
Yeah, that's true. So anyways, so I'm going to do random number generator, and then whoever I've numbered them, and then whoever I come up with, I'll make contact with them. I think I can do that on here on YouTube. So, all right, here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. You okay? Was that hot?
No.
A little hot?
It's not hot.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Huh. So, Dylan
I
Haas.
sneezed.
Nice. Dylan Haas, number 4,
Nice.
is your winner. So I got to circle that before I forget. So random number generator. Dylan Haas was number 4 in line, and that's kind of nice because then I don't have to ship it. I don't have to ship a gift card. I can just find it. But there you go.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, there was 52 people that commented. So,
Wow.
yeah,
Did you bring any drinks this evening?
I actually did not because I was kind of in a hurry to get here. So I've actually stolen my sister's Sunkissed soda.
Oh, that's nice.
So go figure.
I'm gonna have a Coors Light support Ryan Mayfield's win.
I want a Coors Light.
Burnette's win. Huh?
I want a Coors Light.
Yeah, look at me have this. Look, it's still blue. I left this in the freezer for a little bit.
Oh, it's cold.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's talk about the summer series before we start getting too late.
Okay.
Okay. So, we had. Let me bring it up. Hang on one second. Try not to have any dead air on here.
Yeah, why not? Why would you? You wouldn't want that.
Yeah.
Look at me talk. Woo! Woo! You're running all the dead air. Woo!
Now it's quiet.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
Anyway. No dead air.
I'm super
Not
prepared.
having-
I'm super prepared tonight.
What are you looking up?
I'm looking up the results. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't paying attention.
That's okay. 176 entries, 94 drivers. And I think we had 21 heats all day. So we were doing right at 3 hours a round of qualifying. It was really good.
Nice.
I was pretty happy.
Yeah, we were flying.
Dude, it flew by. I was really tired for some reason. I think I just didn't get enough sleep the previous night.
Yeah, I know I didn't.
Yeah. Okay, so there was, what did we have? Our lowest main was a D main. That was an independent stock buggy. And check this out. Let's see. This is really interesting. Independent C main. Okay. We're going to come back to this later, but second place in the C main of independent stock buggy was Kyle Fisher. Qualified 7th in the C main. Okay?
Yeah.
So we had 34 cars, I think is what it was. 34 cars in independent buggy. Sarah Carney got the win. So Sarah moved up, Kyle moved up.
Nice.
Independent B main. Kyle Fisher from the 10 spot taking the win.
Yeah.
Phil Palmer gets the other bump up, okay? They bumped into the A main. Just beating out Daniel Bender, too.
No.
Actually, you had... Look at the B main here. This is interesting. Kyle Fisher, Phil Palmer, Daniel Bender, Jana Peevler, Sarah Carney, Brady Papanow, Nick Sneathan, Mike Butts, Tyler Cross, and Eli Webb in the B.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Moving on up.
Yeah, middle of the pack. All right, so now let's just get this one out of the way because we'll just when it. I usually do these in order, but this is fun to talk about.
Yeah, you do, but it's fine. Yeah.
It's fun to talk about.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Independent stock buggy A main. Kyle Fisher. From seventh in the C main, bumped twice, started 9th on the grid, and wins the A main of independent buggy.
That's pretty insane. You could say he got to enjoy the track longer than anybody else.
Yep. Yes, he did. And they were here practicing on Thursday. They're from North Dakota, so they make a weekend out of it. It was Thursday, Friday, Saturday for them. Nice. How insane is that?
You rarely hear that.
Very rarely. He was fast too. Like in qualifying, he was fast. He just not very patient. That's why he qualified where he was, because I think Mod 4-wheel drive marshaled the start of independent buggy, and I just happened to be marshaling their race, and he's just not very patient yet. Mm-hmm. But when you got to go, you got to go. And I think that's why he was able to make the bumps all the way up there. So good job, Kyle Fisher. It's pretty awesome seeing that. I know your dad was pretty stoked about it. I think his dad just pulled over and watched him race.
Yeah.
At the end.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because his dad only had 14 laps. Everybody else had 20. So TJ Williams got qualified second, finished second. So another good finish for TJ. Justin Stevie got another podium. I think he podiumed last round. I think the round one's winner, Tyler Fleming, finished 4th in this one. And then Jake Poteet had a good day in 2-wheel drive, get 5th. Matt Mosier was 6th. He was right there. James Lavoni, this guy was from California. He normally races at OCRC.
Oh, wow. What'd he think of the track?
Oh, he loved it.
Yeah.
And towards the end of the day, he came over. He's like, hey, man, all the guys at OCRC wanted me to tell you to say hi. Or wanted me to say hi or for him or whatever. Cole Webb making the A. Finished 8th. Phil Palmer with that bump spot finished 9th. And like I said, Troy Fisher qualified 7th. He was kind of in the mix a little bit in the middle of the pack. And then, like I said, he pulled over. I think he pulled over just to watch his kid.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. So that was independent. That was pretty amazing. That's pretty fun to see. I know he was pretty happy. He was really stoked about that. So, Plexback A main, you had Lexi Bolin getting the win. Diego Quintana running a short course truck, finished 2nd, and Dalton Conrad running his 4-wheel drive with a TQ and a 3rd. So he gets 2nd place points with that extra point. So that's good. Nevin Sneathen made it this time, finished 4th. Grayson Stevie, another top 5. Dylan Haas finished 6th. Josh Benson qualified 7th, finished 7th. Ariana Smith was in the main, finished 8th. She actually got the bump up from the B. Mario Quintana finished 9th, and Eli Vanderbeek also got the bump and ended up finishing 10th.
Nice.
And this one I do have up on YouTube right now. I got 3 videos up before I ran out of time and had to come to the podcast, so I'll get the rest of them up tonight when I get home. Stadium truck, Brian Burnt with a TQ and win. So good job for Brian. I always like to see that. Tyler Fleming with a qualified 2nd, finished 2nd. John Birding was the big mover. He qualified 5th, finished 3rd. Dayton Mosier had a much better time. Round 1, remember his batteries or something kept going bad on him?
Yeah, I do.
He finished the mains this time. So Dayton Mosier with a 4th. Brian Cox was 5th. Stevie Justin was 6th. Brady Papanow was 7th. Phil Palmer was 8th. TJ Williams just having a rough time with that truck. Qualified 3rd, finished 9th. And Nick Sneathen finished 10th. Let's see. Mod 4-wheel drive. This Tom Ritterneck did well, but he did not. It wasn't easy for him this time.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't easy for him last time because he didn't win 4-wheel drive. But Aiden Olson, man, he was on Tom's rear bumper most of the race.
Yeah.
And I mean, I remember when back in like 14 and 15 when I'd go out for Mod A main and just kind of stay in front and just kind of pull away a little bit. And then that first time, I remember that one of those first times where somebody like Alex Vanderbeek, you know, chased me down. And I was like, uh-oh. You know, here they come.
Yeah.
So it was nice to see. Not that there's really an Omaha Des Moines rivalry now because we don't have two different tracks, right?
Yeah.
Like for a little while, it was Omaha Des Moines or Omaha Kansas City, Des Moines Kansas City because of all the different, you know, each city kind of had their own track for a while.
Yeah, all in one region.
Yeah, and now we're kind of home for the Des Moines guys at the moment.
Yeah,
for 10 scale,
I would say so.
For 10 scale at least. So there's not necessarily that Omaha versus Des Moines rivalry going on, but that being said, it's kind of cool to see a local lives right up the street kid being able to battle for a win, you know, instead of just being mid-pack or towards the end of the pack or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like when you're up there doing well versus these guys. I'm like, haha, we're finally getting there.
The youngest old guy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's me.
Yeah. But Tom Rinderneck did hold him off and took the win. Aiden Olson was second. Nate Sutherland got another third. So qualified fourth, finished third. This time Vanderbeek finished fourth. So the points are going to be interesting now because we've had 2 rounds and they're all kind of all over the place. Ethan Dallaire with a fifth. I think for 4-wheel drive, he'll take that. 4-wheel drive's not Ethan's favorite.
Yeah.
Drew Ruben King was sixth. Mitchell Pavel got the bump, finished seventh. Owen Vanderbeek making the main, finished eighth. Derek Wood finished ninth. Even he had some spark this month. You know, last round he was really nursing a broken collarbone. This week he seemed more of the normal Derek, you know.
Oh, yeah, he got different tire. He bought tires from the hobby shop.
That too.
Changed tire.
Yeah, that always
manufacturers.
helps. That always helps too, when you get the right tire on your car.
Yeah.
Bradley Peterson finished 10th. And then, okay, so we'll get this out of the way. Old guy, 40 plus, mod 2-wheel drive buggy.
Yeah.
I had a really fast car all day long, and I finally proved it in the main.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to prove it in qualifying. So Mac got a TQ, and I qualified second, and then we flipped in the main. And I don't even remember how I got the lead. Do you? You were announcing. I didn't really pass him.
Mac traction rolled at the end of the straightaway and we got around.
That's right. Yes. Okay, now I remember that. Yeah. I don't know. My car was super comfy. The track was pretty awesome. So, the change I made to my car, I'll tell you what I did, and then you'll go, oh. But so I kept 3 degrees of toe, 1 degree of anti-squat, but instead of being the low roll center, I put it middle.
Yeah.
I went medium roll center.
Yeah, with the high grip, you could get away with that.
Yeah, it was really good. Actually, my car got more steering.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
And something else I did, and clearly, I'm not an engineer. Okay. So you know those black spacers on the arms? Where do you run yours at?
Back of the arm.
On the back of the arm. So you're moving the arm forward.
Yeah.
Okay. That's how my car was. And I decided that I was going to move it to the front and move the arms back.
Mm-hmm.
And when I did that, my car got buttloads of steering all of a sudden.
Yeah. I honestly probably should have done that for the main. I float back and forth from that.
Okay.
Like as the grip comes up and the grip's like crazy high, I'll lengthen my wheelbase, you know?
Yeah.
I'll move that spacer and just keep everything else the same. Yeah, I didn't do that. I didn't think to do that because we didn't have like crazy grip at the second heat. I mean, we had good grip, but man, like in the main, we had like double the grip we had in qualifying.
It didn't look like it should have either. It didn't have a very dark groove, but the groove was very even, and there wasn't a lot of dust.
Yeah.
So the track was
tires like slicked off and had even more grip.
Yeah, the track was really, really good Saturday. So those are the two changes I made to my car Friday night, and I liked them, and I left it, and my car got better as the day went on.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I glued the outside sidewall of my front tires.
Yeah.
So that, because I traction rolled in that second qualifier, and I'm like, oh crap. So I just went back and did that really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Burnt got another third. So we've had two months now. We've had the same people on the podium, just the top two in different spots. David Peevler finished fourth. He's been running his stock motor in 40 plus.
Yeah.
He turned his boost on, but he's running a 17.5. So then you had Brian Cox finished fifth. Rob Sturgill came all the way from Colorado. Finished sixth. Kurt Benson was eighth. Phil Palmer was ninth. Josh McMullen was 10th. Or ninth, I'm sorry. And Matt Robinson was 10th. So it's kind of weird. Last year we had me, Matt, Kyle, Tony, Rob, Brian, the other Brian, and then every once in a while, Ken Peters. Sorry, I've got the hiccups.
Mm-hmm.
This year, we don't.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's not as stressful because like Kyle would usually kick our butts, or Tony's always a threat, and I know Tony broke his hand. I guess that's why he's not up here.
Oh, really? That's a bummer. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that till Saturday either. So, and I think Ken Peterson's running 8 scale, right? He decided to run 8 scale this year because they got that Emory track down there in Wichita.
Okay.
So,
that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's kind of turned into a me versus Mac thing again in this one.
Yeah, it's fine. It's like, definitely a good time to watch.
Yeah, it's like a 25-year-old rivalry continuing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We already talked about independent because it was cool. All right, 13.5 wheeler. You had Nate Sutherland coming out of retirement and laying the smackdown. Although Jackson Anderson did TQ, and actually Jackson was Jackson was there for a little bit. I think Nate got the lead on the third lap and just kind of stayed there.
Yeah.
And then you decided to run 13.5 with your four-wheel and qualified fourth but finished third, and you took over the third spot about lap 7, it looks like.
Yeah.
And just kind of stayed there.
Mm-hmm. I caught up to Jackson, but he started pulling away again.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just, I didn't really, like, do any of the battery stuff or, like, worry about having a crazy motor.
I didn't do that.
Like,
I didn't do that last year. I didn't do that last year.
Yeah.
Did
you win any of the races?
I won all of them.
You won all of them in 13.5 four-wheel?
All the ones I entered.
Oh.
Remember, I was club racing with 13.5, and then I did race that one Summer Series race that Ryan Harris came to.
No.
Mainly because I wanted to be in his video.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, but yeah, I just kind of, like, literally I hadn't touched my car, like, since April. I just put a 13.5 motor in it and put it in blinking and ran it.
Yeah.
And then, like, right before the main, I don't know if I told you about this. Yeah, you knew about this because I wanted to try my car between the A mains, the lower mains and the A mains.
Yeah.
So, like, I was running, like, some cheap titanium screws in my servo mount, and I broke all but one screw holding in my servo at some point. And it might have been that all the way through qualifying because I clobbered that, like the hot dog roller. Mm-hmm. Is that what we're calling it? The state line section?
I call it state line, but whatever.
Yeah. I've been calling it the hot dog roller.
It could be bread loaf, hot dog roller.
Yeah. I ran into that thing and, like, broke all those screws off.
Nice.
in my car. Oh. And I had to,
That's the other thing that happened to me. Friday night.
Yeah.
Remember I changed servos.
Yeah.
And it was like I had a brand new car.
Yeah. Well, and I had to I got all of them but one out, and I drilled it out and I wrecked the threads in my servo mount. So I had to drill it out to where a screw would fit through it.
Yeah.
And then relieve the backside of the servo mount with a Dremel.
Yeah.
To put a nut and a screw in there. And my car's a lot better for the main.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, so any of you guys that are watching, I've been complaining that my two-wheel drive car has had not the steering I thought it had, basically since I got the car and started running off-road again back in April. Well, I had my radio off, but my car was still on, and I set it down on my table, and I saw my front wheels jitter. And I was like, that's weird. And so I did it a couple more times, and every time that it would sit down, it would jitter. And I'm like, well, maybe the servo's not good anymore. And I probably had that servo for 3 years.
Yeah.
I just transferred it from car to car. So I ended up taking another Protec that I had from Emerson's car, believe it or not. And I put it in my car, and then I went out that Friday night, and I was like, this car is amazing. Had tons more steering all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
So... for those of you guys who are watching the show, that's one thing that you could try. If you don't feel like something's right, there's probably a reason for it. And in this case, the servo's probably just tired. It wouldn't turn as much as I wanted it to. It didn't have the oomph anymore. And same thing. Will's car didn't feel good. Well, he figured it out.
Yeah. Yep.
So.
Yeah, it was really weird. So. Yeah, it was like having a brand new car in the main.
Yeah. So Easton McCormick finished fourth. Dustin Hosick was fifth. James Nelson was sixth. Chad Rubenking was seventh. Orlando Martinez came up from KC, finished eighth. Caden Berrigan was ninth, and Ashley McCormick was 10th. And then we'll get to two-wheel drive was right after that, so you got to run back-to-back, so I bet that was fun.
Yeah, I'm probably going to retire from 13.5 four-wheel because I don't want to race those two back-to-back ever again.
Yeah. So Tom Ritternecht did not TQ and finished first. Alex Vanderbeek was second, and Drew Rubenking was third. So these three again find a way to get on the podium for the second round in a row. Aiden Olson was fourth, and then Ethan Delaire got a TQ, finished fifth. So he does get fourth place points. So that's a consolation for that one. Nate Sutherland was sixth. You were seventh. Derek Wood was eighth. Jeremy Fellows was ninth, and Tom Smith made the main. He was your final qualifier and finished 10th, but good job for him. I think that's his first Summer Series A main that he's made. So this one, I got the video and I will put it up, and everybody should watch it because there was some contact, but it was one of those situations in which the contact was kind of, it wasn't initiated necessarily by either party, I guess. And it was what we call in the industry a racing incident.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically Tom followed Ethan Delaire for a good 4 or 5 laps, and he was clearly quicker coming out of state line.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of grip there. But it's also bumpy, and I did that on purpose right there. I don't know if you guys have walked. Did you walk the track at all?
Yeah.
So if you go over to that section and look, it's got like little bumps coming out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I left it there on purpose. I figured it was character. I guess you could call it character. Like I didn't work to like make that part buttery smooth. But you could hear everybody's tires clicking, like slap, 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 coming out of there, which is really cool. And but coming out of there, Tom just that car was much better at getting on the throttle, and he kind of showed his hand, like 2 laps in a row to Ethan, and then he tried to cut in, literally bounced off the pipe. Ethan got on the gas, and you can see in the video his car turns left, and he would have had to catch it, right? And Tom bounced off the pipe and then gunned it and had about as far as you can go to the inside, and that's when they touched. So Ethan's car was pointed towards the pipe. Tom's was straight, And if Ethan's car would have stayed straight, there wouldn't have been any contact there. So it's not necessarily Ethan's fault. It's just how his car, he was clearly trying to get on the gas and stay in front of Tom in that section because he had been worked over 2 laps prior because he knew that that's where Tom was faster at. And then, Tom's car was going straight, had the inside line. They hit. Ethan needed a marshal. That's when he fell back and then pretty much battled with Alex and Aiden for a while before finishing up where he finished. So it was just one of those deals. I feel like knowing Tom, if Ethan's car was straight and he would have ran into the back of him and plowed him over, Tom would have waited. But in that instance, I don't think there was anything he really could have done any differently other than stop. Right. I mean, but they were both accelerating to get up to that top corner is what they were trying to do. So if you watch the video, it's pretty clear that it was not, it wasn't Tom's fault. It wasn't really Ethan's fault. It was just kind of how Ethan's car was in that spot. So
yeah,
stuff like that sucks too, because I don't want to run into you when we're racing unless it's the last lap and I think
and then you're trying to hit my car.
Yeah, and I think it's funny. So but if it was like lap 5 or 6 and I got into you, I'd feel terrible for the rest of the race.
Yeah.
It is fun to finish in front of you sometimes though, which hasn't happened lately anyways, so whatever.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I'll have that video up tonight. I still got, let's see, I already did 13.5 and mod 4-wheel drive just went up. No, it didn't. So I got to do mod 4-wheel drive and the rest of them, and then I'll have them up. Okay, Mini Truggy was up next, and this one really sucked for me. So Dustin Hosick, he got a Truggy last Saturday after the club race, put it together, got everything in it, and he got the win. And he was fast. He was fast all day, just qualifying. He qualified 5th, but I feel like he probably should have qualified at least 1st or 2nd. So he's pretty much running my setup. So
nice.
I know he's running a 5.5 with a 15-tooth pinion, 30-weight oil, green springs. I know he changed the toe to where I have it. So I know his car is good.
That's cool.
Ashton McCormick finished 2nd. Matt Robinson with another one. So remember last month he bumped from the B and got 2nd. This one he qualified 7th, finished 3rd. So he's sitting pretty good in points. Patrick Mitrovic was 4th. Bryson Pavel was 5th. Chad Irwin was 6th. Jonathan Haas was 7th. Chad Hartshorn was 8th. Dylan Hartshorn was 9th. Nick Sneathen was 10th. And your TQ, Emerson Sturgeon, made 3 laps and broke a rear hub.
Yeah.
Because
dude, it like obliterated it.
Well, he was trying to show off. So our in-laws came for a graduation party. So Emerson ran the first qualifier, got the TQ, went to the graduation party. His TQ held up, came back, was super excited to run the race. Nick and Tanner, his cousin, were there. Amy, my sister-in-law, they were all there. And all it was an unnecessary whip. And I told him that. I said, dude, you can't do that with this truck. This truck's got so much power. You start doing stupid stuff like whipping when you're not supposed to, you're going to break it. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
What do I know? Just, been doing this forever.
Not a whole lot, Dad.
So that sucks. And what really sucks is we took 11 to the main because the way that the classes broke down, if I would have had a C main, it would have been 4 cars. And so I did the math and I'm like, we can do 9 and then bump 2 and that'll save us a whole main. And I did that with 2 classes. And so it actually saved us like 20 minutes, which is really good.
Got to save the minutes.
Yeah. So he gets 10th place points.
Yeah.
So yeah, he gets 10th place points, which is crazy. But he's got to throw out, so all he's got to do is just not do anything stupid now. But he's got no cushion either, right?
No.
So
No cushion.
good job for Dustin because he deserved it. His truck, he was driving really fast. He really likes it. I told him he would. I love mini trucks.
It looked good.
Dude, it's just so fun. I love throwing that thing around. It is fun to do that.
Yeah.
So, and I love watching Emerson drive it. It suits his driving style because Emerson's on it. Like Emerson's he's a trigger happy driver.
He's a squeezer.
Yeah, he's a big time squeezer. Okay, so last race of the day, and then we'll take a pivot break, and then we'll take questions. There's not many of them, but there's a few. So 17.5 two-wheel drive A main. This was Expert 17.5. Jackson Anderson qualified second, finished first. Jeremy Fellas qualified first, finished second. Dayton Mosier, again, having a much better day than he did in round one. It's got a third. Easton McCormick with a fourth. Ashley McCormick right there behind him in fifth. Caden Berding was sixth. Orlando was seven. Brent Riley was eighth. Chad Rubenking was ninth. David Peevler was 10th. And Dustin Hosick got 11th. And can't remember what Dustin qualified third, but I can't remember what happened to his car. But anyways. This was another one where we had 11. So the exact same number in Truggy was an Expert, and so I saved us a main. Otherwise, it would have been a
Nice.
4-car main. Who wants to drive in a 4-car main event,
Not this guy.
Yeah, nope. So the points are interesting. We're not going to go over the points this round because, in my opinion, we need 3 rounds at least to kind of help sort out where everybody's at, right?
Yeah.
So we won't worry about it this time. But Jack, I know Jeremy Fellows won last round and Jackson got second. This time Jackson won and Jeremy got second. But I think Jeremy Fellows with the TQ, he's got a 101. No, he doesn't. He's got a 100 with a TQ. And Jackson does not have the TQ with his second. So right now, I think Jeremy Fellows would be ahead by 1 point. Without the throwout, of course.
Yeah.
So there you go. So round 3 is not until like July 12th, which is great.
Yeah. Tell me about it, stud.
Get a month to just kind of simmer. I don't have to worry about the track for a couple weeks, which is really nice.
Yeah.
And I'm actually really excited though to change it for the next round. I got something really cool planned.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I basically have 3 weeks off, and then that week I'll hammer it out. And I might actually have to be there all day Monday and all day Tuesday next time. This time I got away with only having Tuesday. So, all right, we'll take a pivot landing break real quick, and I'll go grab another Sunkist. How about that?
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
This is a Pivot Lending Update with David Olson and Don Zoller. Get some.
This is David Olson with Pivot Lending Group. Today is May 10th, 2021, and we are going to be talking about temporary financing. Pivot Lending Group works with several credit unions, community banks across the Midwest and on the West Coast, soon to be on the East Coast, that we're teaming up with to have an alternative to your traditional bridge mortgage. In a bridge situation, you would be purchasing your future home as well as retaining your departing property for a short period of time until that property sells. And on your home that you'd be purchasing, you would have long-term financing. And then once your loan on the home that you sell gets paid off, then everything's a wash. Great programs, tons of great bridge programs out there. The downside to a traditional bridge is you end up in a situation for potentially 1 or 2 months, maybe longer than that, of having 2 mortgage payments. You have the mortgage payment on the property that you're purchasing, and then you still have the mortgage payment on the property that you bridged out to help you with that purchase. Teaming up with our financial institutions, credit unions, and the community banks on the temporary side, we can come in, lend the money to purchase the new home, and then bundle everything together on your primary house that you're selling, on the new home, and put it into just one master note. And then you have 1 monthly payment on that master note. And potentially you can even have deferred payment to the end of the term, the short-term term, until that house is sold. So really excited about that. Gives you guys opportunities to come in and to put yourself ahead of the line with some of the other buyers, because you can come in, contract quickly without a lot of additional conditions or requests with the seller. Makes you really, really attractive. There are some things that you have to have in order to qualify for it. You know, obviously equity is a big one, pretty strong credit and those sorts of things. If you have any questions on that program, feel free to give me a call, 402-881-5951, and we can walk you through and show you the differences between a traditional bridge loan and temporary financing.
David Olson, NMLS 16099. Don Zoller, NMLS 277589. Pivot Lending, NMLS 109995.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Dude, Will's not here yet, so I can't tell what just happened outside. I gotta hold it. It's tough. And it's all quiet. Oh, there he is. All right, so if you've got any questions and you don't want to interrupt us with a super chat, you can put them in there now, and we'll try to go back and get through them. It's that part of the show. We're actually doing really good on time. I think we started at like an hour ago, so we got a few minutes. Oh, okay. I got to tell you what just happened.
What happened?
Okay, so I tend to, this is going to sound really crass, but I tend to crop dust in here sometimes, and
Yeah.
I don't mean to. And so I was trying to be polite, and I went out the door to the studio to just let one go. And I go, "Hey, are your neighbors here?" And both Richard and my sister are like, "I don't think so." And I'm like, "Okay." And so then I was just about to drop a bomb out there, and I heard giggling and somebody talking, and I went, "Oh crap!" And so I still farted a little bit, but not the big loud one that I would have done, because it was going to be loud and funny kind of. And
Yeah.
So then I'm sorry to the neighbors of Weberized. Not that they're gonna watch this, but that was pretty funny.
Nah.
Because we didn't have time. I was gonna go to the bathroom, but we didn't have time. It was a short segment that time. Oh well. Anyways, that was kind of funny. Maybe.
Yeah. Hilarious.
Not really. I mean, whatever. I have this thing though. I only fart in front of my friends, so
Nice.
I didn't want to fart in front of a complete stranger. I farted in the pool today. That was kind of fun.
Oh, that's a good one, dude. That's great.
At least I didn't pee in the pool. All right, going back through the comments real quick. Andy Barrett said, first comment, I went and paid for those parts today. Sorry for not going. Well, yeah, I mean, that's cool. It happens. We close at such unfortunate times during practice sometimes that somebody needs something late and they can't get to it till the next day. John Haas said great race last weekend. We already talked about that. Peter Renault says, got to drive my T62 for the first time at a real off-road dirt track. It was glorious.
That's awesome.
On that, I imagine Canadian dirt being like the dark black dirt, like real dirt.
Yeah.
I don't know why I think
It looks
that.
like they have just regular old dirt in the Trailer Park Boys.
I've never seen Trailer Park Boys. Why do you do that to me? Why do you do that to me?
Because you need to watch Trailer Park
I've never
Boys.
seen that movie. I'm sorry. It's another one I haven't seen.
It's a show.
Is it a show?
I
See,
guess
I don't
they
even
have
know.
movies, but yeah, the first 3 seasons of the show are the best.
Oh, I thought it was a movie. What am I thinking of?
I think they made a movie.
Oh. Anyways, yeah, I've never seen it. Sorry. I live in my own little bubble recently.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Jason Haley, is there club racing this Friday before the STS? Yes, there is. Regular everyday Family Friday Off-Road was back for 3 straight weeks. starting this Friday. And the STS, I didn't do Summer Series times because I don't foresee having 170 entries. We're just gonna it's just gonna be regular time.
Saturday times.
Yeah.
Saturday club racing times.
Speaking of which, everybody, let's get a Traxxas Slash. I've been saying this for 3 weeks straight now. I have one. Mine's at home. I'm gonna work on it possibly tonight. Definitely on Thursday. And gonna change out the receiver so I can run my own radio. And but still, think of it. Think of if we all got Slashes and we all raced a Slash as our second or third class. How fun that would be.
It'd be a good time.
I think it'd be super fun. And we have them in stock. We have not lots, but we have enough two-wheel drive Slashes in stock.
Yeah.
So, Travis Clancy wants to know, why does the Techno EB410.2 run such a lighter center diff fluid than other cars? I heard some people were running 2 to 500K, while he's only running 300K, or 30K, sorry. So, I have not ran mine. Actually, I'm pretty sure I ran mine with a slipper when I had it, before my Losi car. So, I don't even think I ran mine with a center diff. Pretty sure and I had an EB410, not the 410.2. So, Travis, to be honest with you, I have no idea. It's possible that they might be running 1 or 200, especially in 13.5, right?
Yeah, I run 350 in my center diff on my mod 4-wheel.
And that's up, isn't it? Because I remember last year everybody wanted 200,000.
Well, before that we were running 5.
Oh, really?
So yeah.
Wow.
And 350 is right in the middle, and really you just kind of take the 2 and the 5 and mix them together in the diff. I like that. I think it all has to do with the way your car develops grip, for one, and then also it has to do with the size of the gears, the geometry of the gear, how it's cut, tooth engagement. I mean, there's a lot of things that kind of go into it to develop the same amount of drag with less oil, or maybe the car just doesn't need it.
Yeah.
I mean, each car is different. Different brands are going to take different stuff just because the rear end geometry and the way the car drives off a corner.
So I have a thought, because like I said, I haven't ran the 0.2 yet. And actually, in my Truggy, I was thinking about going up in weight, but my truck works so good, I've kind of haven't really felt the need to even dig into it. Other than what came kit stock, which I think is 30K. I think that's right. Anyways, I remember my Techno 4-wheeler. I had the first one. It did not turn near as well as the other 2 cars out there. Having a lighter center diff fluid, would that help it turn, or would that inhibit it from turning?
Yeah, lighter would make it turn more agilely, or make it more agile.
So maybe that's why, because I mean, the car's cool and it's a tank. I mean, it's really hard to break them, but I just think that maybe that's why. That's just a thought.
And grip level has a lot to do with that too. Like normally in e-buggy we run 776 for diff oil, and like when I was running the winter series on high grip indoor, I was putting 15 or 20K in my center diff. My e-buggy would do wheelies sometimes.
Yep.
Just a lot of that just depends on the surface you're running
on. Peter Renault, what weight diff oil should I put in a T62 gear diff with an 8.5 motor?
For carpet or dirt?
Well, with a gear diff, I would assume carpet.
I'd assume carpet. I ran 10K with 2 gears in the diff. When I raced carpet, it just seemed to work the best.
What did I run last year on mine? I think I ran something like 5 with four gears.
Yeah.
Huh.
And I drop down to 7 sometimes, you know, but usually that burns up a lot quicker.
Right.
Usually the lighter oils will burn up faster, so you got to change them more often. But
Yeah, that's true. Tom Rinderneck jumped on here when we were talking about his race, and he reiterates that he said, I am always doing my best to race clean. It was a great race for sure. So, and like I said, I don't think there's any reason for anybody to be upset about what happened. That was,
yeah.
If there was a dictionary picture of what a racing deal looks like, I think that is a racing deal.
Yeah, I don't think Tom's ever going to intentionally take somebody out. And if he did, he's going to tell you he did it on purpose.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, like he's not that kind of guy.
Yeah.
So I don't think that Tom would ever do that intentionally.
Peter Renault says, love the race videos. He's fine with the order, which is great. Riley Filbert, the Nats track looks crazy and it's soaked. I have not seen it yet. So I'm looking forward to seeing pics of it. Dustin, host that got on here and said, just missing one set of springs that the Plex doesn't have. Other than that, his truck is super good. So that's pretty awesome. See, sometimes I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. Jason Haley wants to know if Will trains for arm wrestling during the pivot break.
Yeah, I usually do. We're arm wrestling for a low-C collet to go on our gas truck engines.
Oh.
Wade Gehring has 2, and I need one, and Jason needs one. We're going to arm wrestle for the second one.
Okay. Interesting.
Apparently, Jason's like some arm wrestling champion or something. So,
not me.
I don't know. There's a little more that goes into that story, but it has to do with my training procedure.
There's nothing there
for arm wrestling.
Oh. Okay.
What? I lift weights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. We went down the row here, and we're kind of already down to the bottom. Palmer Bartlett says, "What's poppin'?"
Not a whole
lot. Peter says it's real dusty at the track that he just ran at. And then Dallas Boyd just hopped on here. Says, "What's up? Love the show. Makes work go by decent." That's pretty cool.
Nice. Thanks.
So, all right. Well, with that, this show is always brought to you by Pivot Lending Group. You can find them at pivotlending.com. Mention our show. Get $500 lender credit or 0.125 off your interest rate if you do a refinance or a home loan of some sort. I want to give a shout out because we don't have any of the. So, did I tell you we're on Patreon now?
Yeah, you did.
So we have 2 Patreon members at the moment. It's Nick Chestnut and Peter Renault. And
that's
so,
awesome.
Yeah. And so we don't have any of those cool scrolling things yet or whatever. You know how YouTubers have their Patreon members like on screen?
Yeah.
Eventually we'll get there and do that. But for now, we got to give a shout out to our Patreon members. We should also do something where like Patreon members get like super chat access to questions or something.
Yeah, something like that.
You know?
Or like maybe we should I don't know, just a thought. Maybe we should do like a 10-minute interview with Patreon members.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, you have to be a Patreon member.
I also think that I want to do I wanted to talk to Richard and see, because most of the time they've got this show edited down by Thursday, and so we could do like an early release on Patreon, maybe.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be sweet.
And then I also thought about maybe every once in a while you and I doing something together that's only on Patreon.
Yeah, only for Patreon members.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do like a, I don't know, diff build, engine tune. I don't know. Maybe something like that for exclusive for Patreon members.
Yeah.
I'll think of something.
Okay. All right.
Tire tuning. Tire tuning would be a good one.
Yep. Dallas Boyd, I mean, I know the answer to this one, but he wants to know, are you AE for life?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I have no reason to go anywhere else. Associated's always taken really good care of me, and I've been with them for almost 10 years now. So
Yeah. Plus, a lot of us that have been doing this for a long time, we each have our, I had always been a Losi guy, always, up until recently, and it wasn't because I disliked anything about it. I just wanted to change more than anything.
yeah,
But I'm totally open to the idea when the new car comes out, because the new car is coming every couple of years. That's just how it works, right? So when Losi releases a new two-wheel drive, I'll have it.
yeah,
And I'll run it, and maybe I'll like it more than the Associated car, then I'll run it for a while. And if I don't, then I'll switch back. But I'm always willing to give both brands a shot at this point, for sure, as long as I can run them, because obviously I can't run any of their four-wheel drives because of the Techno sponsorship. So. Or 8 scales, can't do that either. So.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I always wanted to drive for Associated. That was like a life goal of mine.
Yep.
So.
When I was a kid, I always wanted to drive for Losi. And it finally happened. So I can scratch that one off my done list for my life.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we're good. I think that's a good show. We talked about what I wanted to talk about tonight. We got the gift card figured out. And like I said, this is kind of a soft announcement for our Patreon as well. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Subscribe.
Yep.
Or Patreon or whatever it is.
Become a member or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, okay. Well, I'll see you later. Will I see you this weekend or not?
No, we're going camping for Father's Day.
That's cool. That's fine.
I'm kind of bummed out, but it's okay.
Okay.
But yeah, we're going Kansas City, so that'll be cool.
Yep, we'll be doing it, and I'm gonna try to make a cool video.
Yeah.
So, okay.
All right, see you guys.